Hello, 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 hello. It's me again, Joy Ruffin, coming to you from the Sunshine State, Florida. And today it's Tuesday. So, what is Tuesday? Tuesday is Style with Joy, how you discover your signature style and stamp it to you. Style with Joy, your joy. Always good to see you here. Love the countdown. Don't know what it is about that countdown. It's just interesting, exciting, and a little bit thrilling. Crazy, yay? Yes, it is, but that's okay. Tonight, we're going to be talking about something that everyone's a dangerous word, most everyone loves, and that's jewelry. And I'm going to ask you, do you often think about the jewelry pieces and do they go with what you're wearing? And is it the right jewelry for the right outfit and so on? If you're interested in fashion and style, most likely you do. The best styles and designs for you will always depend on three factors: your body shape, your fashion preference, what you really like, and your personality, your persona. Because not always can those three carry any, every, and all types of jewelry. Sometimes you can, but that's rare. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And jewelry is fun. Fashion is fun when you know how to make it work to the best advantage for you. I'm going to preference this broadcast. Hi, Stephen. Good to see you. I'm going to preference this broadcast by saying, I love jewelry. It's not about me, it's about you. But the prayer is that you love it as well. And the art of jewelry, of anything, is to find out how it applies and what works best for you. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Jewelry is fun. And it's interesting because I love the word almost, many, and some, because that's what it is, can wear and enjoy and love jewelry. So tonight, that's what we'll be talking about. And even though this show is designed, I love it when I see men show up, and every now and then they do, because it lets me know that they're interested in fashion and women and how they look and their image and presence and appearance. A friend of mine said to me, presence is everything, isn't it? And I thought about that for a moment. And in point of fact, that's what we're about here. Your appearance, your image, and your presence, it matters and it counts. And it all depends on what you want to do and what type of business you want to be in and how you want to impact others. Because when you step upon whatever stage it is and you're connecting and relating with people, you want to make sure that your image speaks to who you are and what you're about. Because oftentimes people won't say anything. They won't let you know that something wasn't quite right with that. And that said, we're going to talk tonight about fashion. By the way, for us, everything relates to fashion and style. We will incorporate into all of these Tuesday night shows that we'll be having together. And that includes jewelry, it includes hair and makeup, it includes shoes, handbags, eyeglasses, and all the other components that go into those categories. So we have a lot to cover. And what we'll do when we connect one-on-one is we'll go over that and how it relates and connects to you. As I say every Tuesday night, and I will continue to say, this show isn't for everyone. A lot of women, especially at a certain age, just give up on fashion. They just decide, it's a waste of time and energy. It doesn't do for me what it used to do. I don't enjoy it the way I used to, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on. And my thinking, and I'm eager to hear what yours is that that's not really true, that it really has more to do with you haven't found the right styles and the image that you want to project at the stage of life that you are at. Because it's different. When you're young, you've heard me say this, and I will continue to say it, you can get away with any, every, and all things. Even if it doesn't work, you're young, you're energized, you're full of vibe, and you can just get away with stuff. But as time goes by, that's no longer true. So what I'm going to do is ask you, before we get going here, if you have not signed up for a complimentary consultation, please feel free to. It's complimentary, and any area that you're struggling with and that you're not completely happy with, then that's what we'll discuss. And it doesn't have to be that you have to sign up, because I'm still in the process of putting together different packages and so on. So it makes a big difference. And also, before I start to show you some of the jewelry and speak to it, if by chance you come and you're watching the replay, the intention here is to build a family and a tribe, a circle of people who really care about their fashion style, and then to build everything around and within that circle that helps and supports those women who are in that particular category. And before we get going, there's one thing I want to say, and I'll share it with you now. And I'm going to take this down. By the way, when you share the video, share it out. Love it when you do that. But before we get going, I want to read something to you. I read it in the preamble before, but I want to read it again, because most of you who know me and know me well, you know that when it comes to words, there is a love and appreciation for them. One of the leading fashion editors, a fashion iconic woman in so many ways, was Diana Verlin. And she had this to say. And when I read this, I said this earlier, I'm repeating myself. I know one of my names is redundancy. I had to rush to the dictionary because I wanted to get the qualifying difference. She said, I loathe narcissism, loathe it. But I approve of vanity. Oh, that's a deep one. That's heavy. Words are subtle, and the difference is subtle, but it's subtle and it's there. And I'd love it if you would go and look into that. Now, let's get going and have some fun here. One of the things that I'm going to do is bring over here, and then I'm going to put myself in. As I show you these particular styles of jewelry, I will relate and connect them somewhat lightly to your body shape, your fashion personality and style, the persona, what you like, what styles warm you up best and highlight you best. And we'll be talking about the body shape and the body frame of you. And when it comes to jewelry, we're going to cover three major areas. So let's talk, shall we? And before we do this, let me say this to you, my friend, because I want you to really take this and make it somewhat your Bible. Nothing in fashion and style is written in stone. Much of it has to do with your energy, your persona, your personality, how you present, how you project, what you can carry, your carriage, your demeanor, your decorum, all of that. Oftentimes, what will be said here, and I'll use one example for me that you can understand what I'm saying, you take that with a grain of salt. Yet, it has to be within the realm of your fashion style, your fashion taste, and what really works for you. And I'm starting off with chokers, because chokers are meant and designed for women who have long, lean necks. That's not me. I have a short, stubby kind of neck. Yet, as an example, I said I was going to use me as an example, never about me, but as an example for you to get and to understand. Love chokers. Can't tell you why. Makes no sense. When I wear them, I have to be very, very careful, because this neck is not long, thin. It's not an Audrey Hepburn neck. And that's okay. Yet I love chokers. So when you're wearing a choker, if by chance you happen to have a short neck, like many of us, and you love chokers, and you might, then make sure that it's not too bulky, and that it's something kind of thin that glides around your neckline and that adds to your face and your stature. This, as lovely as it is, and I'm going to highlight this by itself, would not be something that someone like myself, or maybe you, would wear, because it's too much. It's beautiful, but it's too much, it's too bold. So with that in mind, bear in mind that if you have a short, average type neck, chokers will not be your best jewelry style, yet when you wear, and I'm going to show you another. Now here's one that has a little bit more appeal and would be something more like if you do have a short neck, would work more because it's not quite as bulky and it lays down in the collarbone, so it would be much more appealing for you. These are the little subtle things. It's always, my friend, the subtleties that make the difference. And here again, this could be in any fabrication. It happens to be in jewels here, but it could be a fabric. You see a lot of the young girls, especially, wearing the little string fabric around the neck with this a drop, some type of design at the neckline. That would work. So again, nothing is written in stone, yet be mindful, very, very mindful, because you want to be sure that you're highlighting your best feature. And if you have a short, thick neck, that's not going to be your best feature. So you have to be very mindful of what you're wearing there. And here again, another style of a choker. These are jewels, stones. Some people like that raw, natural nature type of look. We're not personalizing here as far as what you like and what's good for you. We're just showing you all the different variations so that you in turn can make the decision for you. This happens to be beautiful, especially if someone has a lot of drama in their soul, because that's a big, heavy stone to wear, and yet it's attractive. Now, here we're going a little bit ethnic. Again, if you have another variation of a choker, that's all I'm showing you here to start off. This, you can see it plunges down into the neckline. So, depending on you, your fashion style, what you prefer, and your personality, if you can carry something like this and you like the ethnic style jewelry, then this is a beautiful piece. Not for everyone, nothing is, nor should it be. So that said, you can decide. And again, just another choker that's heavy and thick, beautiful, not for everyone. How often have you stopped and you've seen a woman wearing a choker and you say, that's a beautiful piece, but I don't think so? I bet you do it more often than you think, because jewelry, like anything else, fashion, shoes, handbags, hair, everything, you make a decision and you decide. Now we're going to go into lockets and pendants somewhat. Now here's the beauty of lockets and pendants. The beauty is that you can put this on any length chain that you like. So if it's a piece that you like, you get it in silver or gold or any other type of stone, and you can wear it any way that you like. And I'm just showing you the different variations of the type of necklaces that you can put. This piece that's hanging, the pendant, going to go back here on the bottom, you can wear that 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 30-inch chain, depending on your outfit. And you can wear this in many, many different ways. Ethnic again, a pendant, because this, what's the right verbiage for this look? Very popular, that kind of, there's a word for it. I'm not going to, but you know what I'm wanting to say. That's not for everyone, and yet you can put that on any type of chain that you like. Makes a big, big difference. Here are stones, gemstones. Gemstones are very, very, very popular. The birthstone or any other stone that you like, the coloration. And I tell you why they're good. They're good because when you build your wardrobe the way it ought to be built, and that's what we'll be talking about when we do our consultations and our one-on-one, you get a color range that works for you and that you like. And then you can put this particular, and you can get this in any size. I'm just giving you seeds of ideas to plant that you can vary depending on you. But you can put this on any length of chain, and the type of pendant and the size of the stone can be numerous, and that will blend in with the coloration that you have for your wardrobe. And it's a good one. Here I'm simply showing you what's very popular today, the multi-layered look. Not for everyone. Popular. Remember what I always say. Popular trendy and fashionable does not necessarily have to be for everyone. It's your decision whether or not it's going to be something that works for you. I think that's Carla there. Hi, Carla. Good to see you. One of the things that is nice about this, you see a lot of the young girls who are throwing us all together and putting on two to three to four to five different pieces. You have to be mindful of how you do that, and they have to be small somewhat, or it's distracting from whatever the look is that you're attempting to achieve. And also remember the neckline. One of these days soon, we're going to talk a lot about necklines. And now we're going to talk about a necklace that's good for almost, let me come back in here for a second, because I love the word most, many, and some, because nothing is for everyone, right? But when it comes to the long chains, when they're just a single chain or a group of chains or a chain with a pendant or a stone or any type of design, most everyone likes that because it gives you that long, lean look. And no matter your size or your shape, and style has nothing to do with your style or your shape when you know how to put things together for you, it will give you a longer, lean look. And even if you're 6'4", as my aunt was, I think I mentioned to some of you before, you can still wear this long chain. And there's so many variations. We're back to stones because stones in jewelry, it's always been popular, but now it's really very, very popular. And there are every type, size, and shapes of stones that you can wear. And when you're smart, and you are, you get the stones that blend in with the colors, the three major colors that you're going to start to build your wardrobe with. Here again, long chains, and I'm only showing you this. I don't like brand names because I think that's depending on the individual, but Coco Chanel, let's say, iconic, there has to be another word for her because her jewelry and her chains will always be popular. And this is just to show you all the different types of pendants that you can hang on her chains. And here, I'm ending with this. And before I do that, let me come back over. For those of you who, excuse me, are not familiar with the lariat, and I want to read to you why the lariat is so popular. It does not have a traditional clasp or closure like any other necklace. Instead, a lariat is fastened by threading one end through the other or by tying a knot in the jewelry itself. And aside from that basic way to wear it, let me give you the best tip ever. Regardless to your size, if you're average, a little bit over, a nice long lariat you can wear, and you can wear it as a belt. If you are a little larger and you don't have a waistline that the lariat, the one lariat will fit, you can get two of the same that you like, and you can make a belt out of it and wear it with numerous different outfits. Now, this is a lariat that you're seeing here. I'm going to take me out of here so that you can see. You see how it closes over? You just make a loop and extend it over, and I'll show you some other variations. You see the clasp here, and then it goes through. They have different variations, but this is a beautiful piece of jewelry that you can wear almost any, every, and all places. And here I'm just showing you to end and wrap it up somewhat, how you can wear it around the neck, and you can see how it's worn. And I guess we'll end with that. Now, I thought this ended, but this is just showing you how it can be worn as a belt. But that's a great tip for you, and I want you to use that because if you find a lariat that you really, really like and they're very popular, then go for it because they make great belts, especially when you want to wear a belt if you're like many of us with a little bit of a tummy and maybe not a defined waistline. You can wear it. Hi, Roz. You can wear it as a slung type belt around the lower part, the higher part of your hip line, and it really makes for excitement. It's interesting. Jewelry has to be fun. Here's a good example where you can see how you can take that lariat, fold it over, and do fun things with it. The number one request for almost everyone, my friend, is what? Is to appear taller and slimmer, regardless to the size. And we understand that. I'm just going to slip back through these. I love the pearls. Who doesn't love the pearls? By the way, pearls, just going to throw this in because this is popular now. Pearls are one of those iconic, always never ending fashion style designs. Yet, my friend Roz, I have to tell you what you already know. I know you do because I know you. Pearls, every now and then they take a backseat because as iconic and as popular and as classic and sophisticated as pearls can be, for many of the younger generation, and it's okay, we get it, they're old. When you see a woman with pearls, unless they're colorful and like some of the chokers that I showed you, they're old. And that makes all the difference in the world. Just she says she loves pearls. Well, who doesn't love pearls? If you have style and a little bit of pizzazz, Roz, of course you love pearls, don't we all? So that said, let's go back here and wrap back through. And then I'm going to take the questions if you have. Remember what I said about the color gemstones, whether it's your birthstone or just a stone that you like, then you can, if you're building your wardrobe around your three basic colors, your jewels should highlight and blend in so that you can wear it with that range of the three colors that you have, and it'll blend with everything. Because what you want to be able to do is get into your closet and just pull out on a regular basis without thinking about it, because everything blends and matches somewhat. And that's the beauty of it all. Lockets are really fun because there's so much you can do with them. You can get every size, every variation, every length of chain. This is one maybe that you mentioned, Roz. They are beautiful. Pearls are beautiful. Ethnic, so on, again, different chokers we mentioned earlier, the different variations, and you can see the difference. Jewelry has to be fun, like fashion. And if it's not fun, it's not something you're going to relate and something that you're going to deal with. The only thing I want you to know and understand here is that you have to find the right jewelry for you. Now, here are some of the little things that I mentioned about the neck and the chokers. I started off with that. Now, let me just bring to your attention, and I might as well show you while I'm doing that, a few of the things here. Let me just do a split screen. I'm going to show you what I mean here. When you wear, most of you who know me and know me well and laugh with me, you understand what I'm going to say here. And if you take offense, tough. When you wear a plunging neckline and you have a piece of jewelry that goes into that neckline, you want to be mindful of how much cleavage you're showing. Forget about Hollywood. Forget about the fashion magazines and all of this boobage, cleavage being shown. It's not necessary. You can wear it on the outside. And if you're going to wear V-necks are the most popular necklines here. And don't we understand why? It's a very flattering neckline, regardless to the shape of the face. Yet, you don't want one that's so plunging that all of your breast and cleavage there is showing. It diminishes your value and it takes away. So if you're going to wear a long chain with a V neckline, you just want to be sure that it's the right type. I thought I didn't, well, I suppose I didn't because that's one of my pet peeves. Don't we all have them? I guess this is the only one that I really have a neckline. And that neckline is not that low, but it's still not the best. Well, this one, you want to be sure that the V neckline does not take away from you. Because if all they're going to be looking at is trying to look at, it doesn't matter if it's male or female, your breast, then something is amiss there. Because I don't know what it is. I'm going to go off on the deep end here with women that when did it become popular for us to always be, not me, hopefully not you, to show the breast? That's one of your breast and the nipples, that's part of the erogenous, part of the 7 erogenous zones. What does that mean? It means it's for you, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other, your partner. That's not to be displayed for any, ever, and all people to look upon. And if you're doing it, why? You need to ask yourself why, because it's not necessary. It really isn't. And I say this to say that there are women, high-powered women that I've seen, and sometimes I have to go, they have all the money in the world and all the prestige, and yet this is what they do. But let's not go there. Let's leave it at that because you know what I'm talking about. I know that you know. Go deep, Miss Joy. Well, this is something that nobody speaks to, and nobody loves Hollywood and the leading ladies there more than I do. But yet, it's it's just too much. And I say to my church ladies, we need to get on a crusade and get more women to understand why are you, and the same applies to the BUTT. Why is that something that's all of a sudden a sexual something that has to be shown? But I'm not going there. The other thing I want to talk about is like when you're wearing large, bulky, chunky jewelry, unless your personality and your persona can carry it, it's not the jewelry for you. And if you're tall and big boned, you don't need the little teeny weeny tiny jewelry either. You have to have your, unless you love it and it fits in with your fashion style. And that's something that we come to discover together. And the other thing that I want to mention is when it comes to hands. Most everyone loves rings, and rings add a lot of dimension to whatever. But if you have hands that are not, even with all of this, the popularity in manicures and pedicures and all of that, but if your hands aren't the most attractive hands, you don't want to be wearing a lot of jewelry because you're drawing attention to your hands. You're better off to wear something small and tiny and put the emphasis on your wrist and your arm and wear tons and tons of bracelets because then they'll look at you and then they'll boom right to your arm. It's a way to take away from hands that maybe you're not in love with. And if you want to do that, that will work for you. And plus, the magic there is that it will take away and it will bring attention to other areas rather than your hands. And the same applies if you have hips that you want to take away from. You don't want big, bold bracelets hanging at your, that's going to add to that line and that look. These are little teeny weeny subtle things that you will discover in time as you go deeper and deeper into what's right for you, because all that matters is what's right for you. And if you like the deep plunging necklines and you have a great firm, great bust line, then I say more power to you. But we are talking here to that ageless woman, regardless to the age 40, 50, 60 and on. And most times with sun damage and all the other things that happen, unless you really got good, fantastic genes, things happen. And it's not pleasant or appealing or attractive to look there when it's not a pretty picture. That's all I'm saying. And you have to be the one who decides that. And if you can't make that decision, you have to have somebody help you make that decision. And I'm happy to do that. So that said, now I'm so glad you're teaching on cleavage. Well, it needs to be taught, my friend, because I see too many, not only young girls, because all of you know that my volunteering with these young girls, I see so many of them because that's what they see. That's what they know. And it makes a big, yes, I like this. Valentina, so do I. I happen to love pearls like Roz and you, but yet I have found over time, now that it bothers me, that as time, depending on the cycle and the popularity and what's in and how stylish you want to be, sometimes you put them on the back burner for a while, or you wear them depending on other varieties. But the beauty in jewelry, and sometimes we forget, is that the jewelry that you're wearing has to connect with you just like your fashion style has to be yours. I can see something on Roz and absolutely fall madly in love with it, but it wouldn't fit me. You have to get to know what works for you. And then with jewelry, it's the same. You find out. I started off for you, for those of you, my friends, who missed this at the beginning. I have a short, thick neck. So chokers don't work for me, yet I love them sometimes. And I also qualified the beginning. If for those of you who came late, who'll go back for the replay, I qualified at the beginning that one of the things that happens here, I'm trying to get rid of that and I'm not getting rid of it, but that's okay. Let's leave it up there for now. one of the things that there is nothing written in stone. A lot of times what you love will love you back once you learn how to wear it in the right way for you. And when you do, that will make all the difference in the world. Okay, finally I found you. But somehow something is wrong with this. I got it, I got it, I got it. I did. It's never a dull moment here. A wrinkle. Well, that's what I was, I'm working at being a diplomat, but diplomacy doesn't fit me very well. So I'm just giving it up. But Roz, thank you for that, because a wrinkle plunge neckline is not beautiful. And for the older woman who has age and the sun damage through here, and the cleavage that's all crinkled and wrinkled, and she's wearing a V-neck down to here, it just doesn't compute. And I'm just wondering sometimes if when we look in the mirror, we take a real good look at what we're looking like. It makes a difference. And this is what my intention is, to help those women who are interested enough and want to know more about little things like that maybe mama didn't tell you, mama didn't know, and you reach the age where you have other priorities. It has nothing to do with your level of confidence, because most of the women are very confident in their work and what they're doing. But when it comes to fashion and style, like me with technology, oh my goodness, you need help. And help is on the way. Who said that? Somebody. I don't know who. But one of the things I want you to remember is that just like style, you have to develop and find the right jewelry that fits you. That's all that this is about. And the other key that I'm leaving you with, if you're not familiar with larets, a laret, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, in the right coloration is good to have, because you can wear it as a belt. And if you travel a lot, it can be a multi-functioning piece of jewelry. And that's all that I'm saying here. So that said, how about tomorrow night? Oh, my. Ladies, please come and join me tomorrow night. Most of you who know me, not knowing me, but knowing me, body language is something that is a never-ending, fascinating subject for me. And that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow night. So I'm interested, because I'm all over the place, the eyes, the mouth, the nose, whatever. So body language speaks a lot. And most of us need to know a little bit more about it. And that's what we're going to learn tomorrow. The subtle things. Oh, by the way, I wanted you to look up. Here's your assignment. I wanted you, hi, Susan, good to see you. I want you to look up the difference. I started off on the Facebook Live when I do the preamble before we come here, because this is one of the things that I use as a Bible. This was Diana Violin, who was one of the iconic editors for Vogue magazine for a lot of years. She said, I loathe narcissism, but I approve of vanity. There's a subtle difference. We all need to be a little bit more vain, but in a healthy way. And that we can do when we understand the subtle differences between narcissism and vanity. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for coming. It's always good to see you. I love it when you arrive, because I know how busy we all are. And again, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, we're going to be talking about body language. Whoa! I always bring you good guests, and you are a good audience. I love saying, hi, Roz. Good to see you here. I have 2 Rozes, one with an S and one with a Z, and both are loyal and faithful to me, and I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, all of you ladies, and my gent who was here earlier. I loved looking out and seeing you there. I hope you'll have a great evening. I hope you got some value out of tonight's session. And again, if you are watching the replay, please type in replay so that I'll know that you were here. And tag and invite your friends, because we love it when we can see others come aboard. And if you've not had your complimentary session and you're interested, whatever you're struggling with, I'm not begging or asking. I'm asking to support, help, and guide you in areas that maybe you're not that strong with. And when you share the video, we love it when you do. You know that. And this show is about style with joy. I want to reiterate that again and again and again. Your joy happens to be my name, but it's your joy. Your styling, your fashion, your look, your image, your presence, your identity should be your joy. That's all. And I want to thank you for stopping by. I always love it when you do. And type in ladies Whoops, let me back up. I get my shows mixed up. Type in style in the comments if you're arriving here for the first time, my friend, and you have not received your complimentary ebook. And then that will be delivered to you automatically. And if you want to type in ladies too, you can type that in as well, and you'll just be connected to join and asked to join my Facebook group, Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, Living Legacies. Okay, I've said goodbye several times, right? This time I mean it. Join us tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love it when you're here. Have a great evening, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night, same time, same station. Look after you first. Do the best that you can. Only then are you able to look after and care for others. So until tomorrow night, you be and stay well. All the best, my friend, and thank you. So long. Cheers.